Majma! Hi everyone! Oh, what the heck's going on with this? That's stream avatars. Or not stream avatars, that's reactive images. But it should not be there at the moment. Aye, the scritches. Hi lemonade. Okay, we're just gonna hide that. There we go. Hidden! Yeah. Hi Silver. Oh, and congrats on the stream streak, Lemonade. Hi, Eternal. 85 is a crazy stream streak, Lemonade. That is absolutely insane. And then what was why is it mountains? That's the Fugi Tech just not loading for some reason, but I'm not in a Discord call right now. Hi, Dan Man. There we go. Yes, we're gonna be working on Mac and Cheesy's hair texture today. We modeled the hair before, and now we need to do the actual texture. And I've realized, there we go. Now we've got Mac and Cheesy up, so you can see what type of hair we're going to be doing today. And I'm hoping we can get it done by the end of the stream. We'll see. We'll see if we can. Oh, and now I'm RGB. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to delete the layer that's in there, add a fill, and have this be our base color. So it should be only color, and then I can put in the hex code from her hair, which I should have over here. And there we go. We're already significantly closer, but we want to make it feel like actual hair, because that's the important bit, is making hair feel like hair as opposed to just shiny plastic or clay or something. I'm sorry to hear you missed your Hello Scritches, Eternal. I'm sure someone else will do Hello Scritches. And then you will see them again. So then first thing we're going to do with this is... make sure that that's in place so I can see better. We want one of those wood grain textures so that we can get
feel like crashing soon. Be a shame if you saved your progress or something.
Thank you for reminding to save. We really have not done much yet though. But I have hit Control S. The reminders to save are very appreciated today. Alright, so this is just a stylized wood texture. Let's see if that works well for this. Is this on UVs or is this... Nope, no, come on. No, go back in there. There we go. That does not seem like that's quite right. If we go look at 2D only, yeah, so that's having some issues based on the UV of the thing, where we've got these pieces of hair that don't split properly, and that's what is causing it to go like diagonal here, which is still not necessarily wrong. Like, the hair could swirl there, it just doesn't feel right to me. And we also have the issue of the knots in the wood, because hair doesn't typically have knots like that. It has knots, just different knots entirely. Impacts, yeah, that's the impacts there. So now we've got those down. Those do help. Volume is that's fine. 18 hours straight sounds like they've probably just had it open on their computer for a while. And then turn off color so that brings back the normal hair color that we have. I'm wondering if we want to try one of the other ones, because the stylized rough wood might be better. Hang on, if we search wood, that actually probably brings out more of it. Wood slice is definitely not it, because the stylized wood plane is what we've currently got. Let's try hiding this one for now. Bring out this one. And then remove color as well. I don't know if that's much closer either. Now they're playing a different game? Fair. Let's try changing this projection mode to a spherical projection. That should get a little bit closer, maybe. Can we change the scale of this? We can make it more tubular. So then if we scale that down, now we have something that fits a little bit better in how we're doing this. Shift that so it's around the base of the head a bit better. And now we just have to get the rest of that to make sense with that. Try upping the tiling. Is that doing any better? Let's throw a stylization over the top of this as well. Sometimes that'll help. Filters. We want stylization, just throw on top. Give it a second to think. Ah, yes. Atami has made some wonderful music. And happy to help Silver. Let's try... What was it that we liked on the other one? I think hand-painted, was it? We don't want to change the color, though. There we go. Now we're starting to get somewhere. That feels more like it has the texture we're imagining for this, I think. What if we stack both?
Lemonade_Fox wants cat to shapeshift. 2D child.
2D child? I don't think I've even tried that one much, so I'm a little bit nervous on it. Where is the step stool? Yeah. There we go. So we got that, and then 2D. Hang on. That, and then... hang on!
I sure do feel like crashing soon. Be a shame if you
Oh wait, that's on hair. That should not scale in hair here. I really don't like this. This does not... No. And I am in fact 2D. The eyes don't work so great on this one. It's not the same style of eye I normally do. So I am just disgruntled child now because, well, flat. Very flat. You regret 2D? Yeah, should I not 2D? Should I undo the 2D and we just stick with child for a while? Cause I don't want my eye messing up like that. That's not fun. Alright. Just child then. I am sure you like Eternal, but that doesn't mean everyone else does. There we go, there's the hydrate. And then back to Substance Painter, where we save. I think mixing the two does actually seem to perform quite well. It's got nice level of hair. Who is that hello from? Hi, Gold! So then it looks like we're missing some of the hair definition and stuff. Yes, hello scripties are great. Is there anything else we need to do with the texture, like, hair-wise? What if we do increase the tiling on this one too? There we go. I think that's what it was missing. Oh, but no, it doesn't quite work on some of the ones that feel more like curved ones. We can do this as white mask and then... It's not Botrix who is rolling for you. That's Sammy who's doing that. You're blaming the wrong one. Let's do... Flow is up. Size... Where's opacity? Stroke opacity. Turn down the opacity. So now we can have this less on this one. And then it just kind of curves on itself. Are there any other spots that we need to tweak that, where it doesn't feel like it's flowing quite right? I feel like over here. That's a little bit better. That one? Oh no, I guess that was correct. No, I guess that's fine. I'm being picky, but that's kind of my job. Which one is that one part of? Confuse. So it is that one? But then... no density? No? There's something that's causing like these little bubble thingies, and I don't know if I like them. So I was trying to figure out what it was. I think that's fine. Though we've got a bunch of them over here now. Is that on this one? I can't tell what that's on. I have not seen you bite from a boop, Silver. Is it just a mix of the two doing it? This one... I have not seen legitimate threat from that. I guess that just means I've not booped you enough. Fiber amount? It does change it. But I don't know why it's still got like random specks in it. Maybe we try and add a smooth. If we add like a blur on top, maybe we can get it to get rid of those. Yesn't? It's got it, but it's doing that weirdness there. Oh, one thing that we haven't done is let's do the baking mesh maps. Bake those, and maybe that'll help. Return to painting mode. Nope, that didn't help. That's odd. I can only give you cat tokens through the Discord. And you've specifically told me to stop giving them to you. So... yeah, I know you want channel points. I can't give channel points. You earn those. I can only give the ones on the Discord. You can certainly try, Eternal. Yeah, I swear you have like... you have like 100 more you're owed at this point. But I have not given them to you because you keep complaining when I give them to you. That looks so different, doing the two. I could just try and make it work with the stylized only. Fiber amount up. That one. Oh, though then it doesn't have the... oh, it doesn't even have the nice swirl there either. Yeah, I guess that one then. And then we just do wood fiber deformation. Go up so that it follows things. And then wood nose size? What does that do? No idea. Wood variation. That I don't see that doing any difference either. Wood fiber amount we were just fiddling with. I actually quite like that random line that's there. Yeah. I know that you will playfully complain. Oh, snack time? Pick a number 1 through 5, Silver. 1? Okay, let's see what number 1 is. I want to make sure that I've saved before I do this. We've not done 1. 1 is lemon cream filled biscuits called Glow Like a Neanderthal. Those actually sound like they might be good. I am curious. Also, wait, is my work phone dead? Whoops. I need to plug in my work phone. I have not charged it in a bit. I tend to forget it exists because no one calls it. Wait, what is lemonade wedding to? I have lemon cream cookies here. There's 2 little cookie thingies. Oh. Where's the lemon? I was sitting there for a moment like, where's the lemon? They're very crumbly too. I don't know if boyfriend is getting one of these. I normally try and like share it with him too. These are good. I might eat both. Though it is very dry. Very dry cookie. Dry cookies can be good though, especially if you have tea with them. That is very nice. Like I would not eat Madeleines without tea or something. Back to messing with this. Yeah, this is the instrumental for cat wrap. I figured it would be confusing if I had. No, I am not giving you Silver. I figured it'd be weird if you heard my rapping in the middle of my stream, because then there'd be two of my voices. So I just went with the instrumental for background. Listen, Silver, if I share with you, I'm gonna have to share with everyone in chat, and I don't have enough cookies for that. So, sorry, but I can't help you here. What's up, Danny? Owning the cat token market does not mean that I will share the cookies and snacks with you. And Haywen is a little bit tricky, but I did specifically include all of the, like, every line of lyrics aside from the turret voice is in, like, the text on the video to specifically make it easier to, like, use the dictionary and search. So that way you don't have to second guess how you're spelling something, it's right there in the video. So you'll at least be able to get some of the video.
Teniyuki sent 5 to say, Mom share.
No, my cookie. And I don't want to give away what the cat rap was about, but it is actually, like, comprehensible lyrics. It does have a message behind it. So, good luck. Why do you need metal?
Okay, be a bad boy and watch me find it out for myself.
Don't eat metal. Trying to fiddle with this, but it's not going as much as I want it to. For defaults for technical parameters. And then what is my hand tracking doing? It's going weird. We need a height to normal so that it's more accurate to what it actually will be. And this needs that to be up, height depth to be down. There we go. That's more like what I was after. Though the tips of the hair don't quite work too well. Oh, what if we do... if we add a blur with a mask, we might be able to get that to look nicer. So if we do that over top of the stylization, turn the blur way up so that it basically gets rid of all of that. And then add a mask that is a white mask. And then use a larger brush at a low opacity. Can I even do a gradient? No. We want low stroke opacity. And then start... Oh, come on, pen. I will check off that. Oh, and it's past time for me to get out of child as well. I knew I was forgetting something. Here we go. Mark that off. It's gonna be rough. There's gotta be a better way than that. Because I want to get that down, but I don't want that to be quite so like, specific. Yeah, I don't know about a pre-made translator for Haywen. We just have the dictionary. Blackface culling off. Alignment camera. There we go. So now we can get some of that texture at the base and have it fade out as it approaches the back. That is a shame, Lemonade. Yeah, the conjugation in Haywen would probably be difficult for that. Remove mask. Add black mask. There we go. So let's try reverse. Where instead of removing, or, well, instead of having mask in place and then removing, we're just going to remove anywhere the mask should, or add where the mask should go. Yes, you are still learning, Silver. Heck, I still class myself as learning on some parts of it. It is fun. I agree. Learning how to do it is kind of the whole fun of it. That that and being able to babble at people. What are you ang about? No, do not 1K for lemon biscuit. I only have one lemon biscuit left. No, you will not get the lemon biscuit for 2K either.
Monsters who will not show themselves and who cause trouble. Monsters who abduct children. Monsters who devour dreams. Monsters who suck blood. And monsters who always tell lies. Lying monsters.
Come on. Get out of here.
They are much more cunning than other monsters.
There we go. It's getting lowered. That's helping a bit. Yep, no Frank yet. Oh, we gotta eat though. Lessen it over this way too. There we go. That kind of helps. You do not have to say anything in chat you do not feel comfortable saying, Tanny. Silver, how do you even want me to share a cookie? Big throat? No, that's not gonna work. You're gonna end up with cookie on my wall. And I don't want Cookie on my wall. I'm not gonna mail it to Silver either. If Silver wants to be mailed cookies, they can put cookies up on their throne. I think we've got some ambient occlusion issues here. Yep, we in fact did. I think the other issue there is curvature. No, it was not. Position? Which of these is causing issues? Hold space normal? Regular normal? No? Weird, I've just got some weird pixelated line there. Thickness? No. Apparently none of those. No, Eternal, you can't get metal shavings. Hang on, is that part of... Okay, that's part of the height to normal, apparently. I don't know why. But oh well. No, Tanny, you can't have metal shavings either, because it's not food and I know both of you will try and eat it. Okay, just get that smoothed out a bit more. And then this one needs less. I think it's helping a lot that we can bring down the intensity on the ends here so it doesn't feel like it's curving as weirdly. Lemonade, don't bite a laptop charger either. Can we not eat not foods today? I would much rather you guys fight over my lemon cookies than fight over plastic and metal and stuff. I do feel like the frickin' chat is just an extension of the server though, so... Yeah, you are allowed to cuddle your girlfriend, that is acceptable. Just don't try and eat your girlfriend. Don't eat cardboard either. You did never say what you were going to do with it, but I know you, Eternal, and that's not saying much. Just be careful about legality when eating your girlfriend, I guess. Get that down, that one less. There we go, starting to come together. Lemonade. What did I say about eating paper? Don't. And so you don't need to do funny donations either way. Listen, cannibalism is not the problem. The legality of how you get the meat is. I have been very clear on that, I feel like. Keys are not food either. Warm cereal's fine. Eat warm cereal if you like. I'm not here to judge your cursed food choices.
Teniyuki sent 5 to say.
To lessen it so it blurs out a little bit easier. And then, what about these front ones? Uppies 16? Yeah, 16 is enough for uppies. There's the Tanny, and I know you want uppies near me. Forgot thingy. Where's thingy? And has Eternal actually gotten distracted by a squirrel over there? Sounds like a very Eternal thing to do. Yes, and that's a very cat thing to do. The squirrel was brought in by your cat. I mean, that does sound like a cat thing to do. Lessen those, and then we need these to be less as well, I think. There we go, that's looking a little bit better. I mean, yeah, I am very cat-like. You've seen me chase laser pointers. And Silver has specifically protected me from said laser pointers so that I don't run into walls. Can I fix this height to normal thingy? If we do there, does that even have normal on it anymore? Does not look like it. Too busy with heat. Do I need to sit with you at some point, Tanny, and try and figure out why the laser pointer isn't going on your avatar? Because you got it on 1, didn't you? I don't know what trouble you're having. You can't figure it out and can't adjust it to the hand. It should just be a matter of moving it as it shows in the video. The movement arrows aren't there? Okay, I'll have to get in with you sometime and show you where to click to pull those up. Yeah, that pops in right as the stuff does. I don't know why the edge is like that, though. Because I don't like that weird edge on it. And that's part of the height to normal thingy. Which should be something that makes it look more like it will, but that don't look good. Oh, what if we change the texture size? Is that gonna help at all? Yes. Okay. Now we've got something that is a little bit better. Say that with a question mark, because some of this clearly needs more work. We'll go back to blurring out and seeing what we can do to get this to feel more as it should. Saving is a smart idea. Thank you for the reminder. Ah, why the box? We had rats. Come on, up. There we go. We got box up. I don't know why Tanny is being mean. Why attack, though? Why need attack? Yeah. Why the cheese? Yeah, guard is lowered during head pats. Bad time for bonk. Or cookie and head pats. Well, I hope your mouth gets more comfortable, but I still don't want bite. And I might be? I don't know. I don't know what you define as clicker trained in this scenario. Snack time on the 11th? Why? No, that's a shame, lemonade. Wisdom teeth do suck. Hopefully we're at least good distraction for you. I do react to sound cues a lot. And I know for a fact you do too, Tanny. You react to Silver petting the mic as much as I do. Then we are both clicker trained. Head pats are great. This one needs less. Oh. How did you only use your hello now, Tanny? It was probably because I was fiddling with the screen. I might turn my hand tracking off later. If it keeps messing up. Because this is hand holding pen. So it just kind of ends up in my face a bit. And why should I not question your logic, Tanny? Logic should be questioned. True, how would I defend against the boxes if I turn off my hands? You know, that is a very weird sentence for someone who is not a shapeshifter. Actually, no, I think it's a weird sentence for most shapeshifters too, isn't it? I'm just weird. I'm not sure why the stream chat isn't being relayed to the Discord. I don't know if I particularly care if it is or isn't, though. Yeah, I would not recommend for most people to turn off their hands. It is generally not a smart thing to do, because Many people have trouble turning them back on. Wah. Oh no, they do have a toggle silver. It's just the kind of painful one, and it typically only goes one direction. I don't know if I should be questioning that or not, Lemonade. Stylized wood. Let's try changing the tiling. There we go. It's starting to feel a bit more accurate. At least in some parts. Still feels entirely wrong around here, though. Mask. Tweak. Let's get this, and then the little hair thingies on the sides here should not be as structured either. I'm glad you're happy with the No Man's Sky ship. Just needs more blur. Is that blurred too much on the top, though? Yesn't. We'll go a bit more blur here, and then we'll go back and de-blur some of it. That way we can get it kind of more blended across the whole thing, so it doesn't just feel like there's a random cutoff somewhere. EP music is actually kind of nice right now. It usually isn't. It's usually too EP. But right now, calm is good for some reason. There we go. I don't know if we actually need to pull it back more. Maybe up here? Maybe we just need to do reverse that way. And I'm glad you like the tap noises. Oh, because that's still trying to blur. No, come on. Stop blurring. There we go. I think that keeps it where it feels like hair at the base, then it kind of goes out a bit more. That should be good. And then let's try throwing on... We need to bring in some of the darker color of the hair and stuff, I think. So let's try doing... Grab color. And And then we'll add a layer here, paint layer. And then we only care about color here. Add the color of like the inner. And then I need to turn up stroke opacity. Uppies roll 16. 16 is enough. I will put you up there. Wait, what do you mean? Where you go on me? What? I'm confused. I don't know what you were asking for. Roll for uppies, Tanny. Oh, you want to go on me, not other way. Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense, but also confused. Tanny gets minor uppies. And then silver. There we go. There you go. I cannot go on to you, Eternal. That's kind of the whole point of why I was confused by Silver's original ask. Right, I was trying to up the stroke opacity. What stroke opacity is up? Why is it so low still? Is that just what it is? That doesn't seem right, though. It should be way darker than that. I'm confused. Let's try reducing... No, not reducing flow. Confused. Lemonade wants uppies. Alright, Lemonade. You get uppies up here. And then did I miss like a hardness thingy somewhere? Yeah, hardness. Go up. No, it's still not as dark as I would expect that to be. Why are you not dark enough? Is it like one of these ones on top? It's apparently the blur that is putting it out. Alright, so we're just gonna move this above the blur then. I think that's gonna be a resolution. That should not be affected by blur. Wings are for giving head pats. Wings seem like they would make good head patters, because they fluff. Yeah. Wings do seem nice for that. Though only with consent of winged creature. Wings seem like they'd also be sensitive. There we go. Get rid of the stray. And then back to color. we want like all the way up to there. You know, I probably should have mirror on for this, but oh well. We'll do one side at a time for now. Yee. Certainly seem like they would be sensitive. What are you mirroring about? Don't tell me you eat mirrors. When munching planes? Depends on where I can catch the plane. You don't eat mirrors to become shiny. That is not how that works. Pull out. Okay, that's not too bad. Now I just need to do same on other side. And then we can start doing down that way. You don't eat spray paint. Yeah, fumes would hurt. Be careful with fumes when crafting or painting or doing stuff like that. Just don't. Be careful. Wear respirators. Do it in well-ventilated areas. All that kind of stuff. Protect self. No wonder you guys say I'm lawful in the Discord. I know you said that you don't. But I know that you're also one of the ones who wants to eat uranium. Which also should not be done. No. Don't sniff super glue. Don't huff glue. No. Blah. Back to doing colors. We are changing topics. That's what's happening. And current topic is just color. Is just calm color. It's always interesting trying to do like painted on shading and stuff. At least this area is easy because it will always be covered by hair. And that is pretty much guaranteed, so walking in shadows here makes sense. Why are beans funny? What is funny about beans? Oop, too much. That doesn't answer question of what is funny about beans. I mean, toe beans are fun to poke. You were correct. Come on, cooperate here. Lemonade, no. Okay, we're talking cat toe beans here. Like pet toes. Is it still you toes then, or do cat toe beans get pass? Because I think cat toe beans are cute. Color this down next. How did I do it on that one? Right up until that line about. So like there. And then have back covered. We'll erase this bit.
Silver Blaze Original sent 150 to say, yeah, I don't want these.
Silver! You're still sending too many at once. I mean, lockpicking is an interesting subject too. I know, I've watched whole, like, talks about, what was that? The frickin', like, security testing? Physical security testing? Of, like, guys just trying to wander in places and the ways that you can get around, various locks and security things that places have in place. And there is a remarkable amount that you can get past with just, like, button-up shirt, clipboard, lanyard, ID-looking badge thing. And especially if you get one that looks like you're for an elevator company, then any multi-story building, you probably now have reasonable deniability of why you're there. And if you go into the elevator, hit the emergency call button, it should take you to the front desk, and you can just say, hey, I am doing a test. Can you tell me which elevator I'm in? No one will question why you're there the rest of the time. And I feel like I probably should not have said that on stream, but this is not legal advice. This is not things to go and try. This is just funny stories I've heard from people. No, Silver, no. Oh, I think I know what's going on with that, why that feels so weird. Texture set settings. Where is the neighbor? Not 3D space neighbor, we want UV space neighbor. That should help? Kind of. Meh. We'll leave it at that. Because that's what it is in the actual thingy. What is going on with you? Why are you like that? Erase? Yes, needs erase. I wonder if I've gotten an overlap on UVs there. Because that doesn't feel right. Something's weird with that. Don't hit the funny red button, that's usually a bad idea. Though it was very funny to do that on the Goose Goose Duck one. had perfect excuse for why I would do it, of just test it, and was absolutely perfect for Dodo. And congratulations, Lemonade, you found the mimic. Then why is eraser not erasing? Oh well, I guess that's fine. At least until we get other stuff settled. So we'll start doing on this side then. Hi Evan, how you? We'll start getting this shaded. Probably need to do like a blur as it gets down. Something to help it not go too extreme. That good there. Okay, that's fine. And there's just a little bit too much over here. And... Why the duck? That erased back down. There's a spot over here too. And right here. I've already eaten all of the lemon biscuits. I can give no more. It does not matter how many cat tokens you try and give me. I've already eaten them. Because no share. US Peeps, very nice. Reduce hardness now. Up the size. Start bringing this down. I feel like I'm seeing some overlap there. That down. Yep, my hand is doing funny stuff as I try and do this. Erase that one, and then erase over here. And over here. Yes, I am apparently waving high as I'm trying to draw on this. But we are getting somewhere. Now if I get smudge tool and just start... Oh, come on. Did I accidentally put smudge tool on eraser? Eraser. Smudge tool. There we go.
ENVTuber sent 100 to say.
Evan, you didn't say anything. I know it wasn't you, Silver. It said it was Evan. One up flow. No, lower flow. And then up size. You just want to give some bits. Fair enough. I appreciate the bits. There we go. Blur that out more. The Minecraft peeps? I've not sent any Minecraft peeps. I do not get mad when you send bits, but you send more bits than you should, I feel like. Which is a very weird problem to have with someone, honestly. To be fair, I told you that I would pout if you sent 2K. That is far too many bits to send in one message. I know you do it, which is why I said I would pout if you did. I don't know how I've managed to pull some of the things off I have with this UV mapping. It is a little bit concerning. No, don't. 1,999 is not fine. And don't get peer pressured by the others. Smooth that out. I'm glad you do things when you want to. But I also don't like making it a habit for people to peer pressure in chat like that. If people want to donate, they should. If people don't want to donate, they shouldn't. No peer pressure. Can't even comment on that. Alright, is that about where we want that? I feel like this has too much there. There's also just some UV issues with that. I'm sure those are going to show up somewhere else. Apparently over here. Why is there so much, like, UV issue with that? We at least got it satisfactory, so I guess that's fine. But it is a lot of just spinning around this hair looking for where the UV is trying to fight itself. Okay, so we got that. Not satisfactory, the game. We'll do another We'll do another fill layer. Add it as a paint bucket. And then we need that to be the darker hair tone that is not the darkest. That one. And then change that to be that color. We could actually set this one as well to multiply, I think. There we go, and then that gets that even darker. Hush, a turtle. And then let's add a black mask. Add a... I'm gonna add something to the mask. We need a... how do we do this? Alpha... I want one that has like a fade to it. Like a gradient or something. Do we not have gradient? That one might work, kind of. And that sounds very silly, Eternal. There we go, shape gradient. So I think this one, we add this as a mask on there. So shape gradient, and then this change to not UV projection. No, I don't think UV projection, because UV projection is all over the place with that. We want that to be a triplanar projection, I think. Actually, no, not that. We want cylindrical projection. And then we do that as rotate 180 degrees. Maybe? I can't even tell which direction it's rotating. Is that 90 degrees? There we go. Okay. So now we actually want that to be negative 90 degrees based on what I'm seeing. Come on, negative 90? No? That would be then what is 360 minus 90? That is 2... not 230, 270? Yeah, there we go. Thank you for the math help. So now we've got the bottom of the hair is darker. Wait, why is that? Why do you have a mask? Remove mask. There we go. Yeah. Quick math is helpful in this case. Swap that back to normal mode. There we go. So now we've got more of what we're imagining there. And then we can change the offset, or we could do, if we lower that here, we can change how low it goes. So I think that kind of gets what we're looking for there, where it feels much more in that style. Hi Pilcrow, it has been a bit. how do we want to do the next bits is the question. So we've now got the rough base color that we're going for. I could try and bring in more of like the shading and stuff, but I think that's better left off, honestly. Having it softer like this is more the style, I think. Because we're not going to match 1-to-1. So we're mainly missing the highlights and the things that bring it colors. You're reinstalling YouTube so you can watch this again? Very nice, very nice. We do always have it on Twitch as well. What is this brighter color we're missing? The other thing we could try is, let's do this as, so this is going to be AO shadow, basically. Then we'll add a new one, call this one highlight. And then what brush can we use this? Oh, head pat. You're watching this on a fridge? That is very silly. And good luck with that, Eternal. Hopefully it doesn't glitch out. Now where is one of the smart brushes I want? Swarm isn't quite right. Spot spray. Splat? Maybe we try splat. So we do splat, and then we change that to the color that we actually want this to be. That one. And then let's do this on like the side over here. That does a thing. What the heck was that? That kind of works, actually. So we just do there. There. Meh. Problem is it kind of goes up before it goes down, which is weird. Maybe it's the angle we're looking at it. So if I do it from above, yeah, then it doesn't really do it. Does it kind of off to the side a bit, though? It's kind of running into the shadows more than I would like. I don't think that quite works. Yeah, I thought you might run into some trouble. Spot spray almost works, but it doesn't quite. Spray colored? What is this even? Oh, it's blue and orange! It's not what we're after, but it is cool. Problem is it has now also changed the color that we were trying to use. We specifically want that base color that we pulled off the thingy. That kind of works for shines, but it's kind of missing the texture we're after. Not quite. Scratches are cool, but they don't quite go the same direction. Yeah, no. Sandstorm, what does this do? I mean, it's interesting to say the least, but I don't think it's what we're after. It just kind of buffets it, it looks like. Yeah, it's not quite what we're after. It's good for getting, like, scratches out on the outer sides of it, but not on the inner bits. But that's not what we want either. Also, I forgot to erase there. You can't name a file con on Windows 11. I don't know, I'm confused. Rain. Oh, whoops, I'm on the wrong one, on this one. You should be the right color, I hope. Oh, it's because you're still on erase.
Okay, be a bad boy
That
and watch
one.
me find
Okay,
it out for myself.
rain. I don't think that quite works. What if we do gravity direction, Y is down, particle life up it, turbulence power down, and turbulence scale down. Yeah, that just hits different sides again. That's not what we're after. It's closer, but not quite. It's not like, I don't know how to word it. Size is wrong, I think. And it's not a sandstorm at all right now, it's rain. That's what we're messing with. So I don't remember if I did that either, so I'll do it again. Size, upsize? What if we do huge? There we go. So that's the size one that I was looking for. So if we do like halfway, what does that look like? That is certainly a thing. Why is it missing like that whole point there? A little bit lower. Yeah, it is like missing parts of it. It is a great way to get stuff removed from like just parts that are facing up, but that's not quite helpful here. What does puddle do? Let's up size again. Puddle. Ah, so that does the opposite. That only hits lower and marks where it's puddling. What if we were to keep that up? So like, what if we just spam it for a while? Are those the only spots it puddles? Basically. Those are about where I would expect it to go. It's not useful to us, though. What is pebbles? Oh, it just makes literal pebbles. What else we got? Spray paint. Wait. A warmongering welcome coming directly from Brazil. Thank you for the hugs, Tony. Shapeshift will not be a chat command. And, like, I don't think I'd do that as a chat command. Even if I set that as, like, super rare, that it actually triggers, it'd be channel point only. What did you mean then? I am confused. Oops, not what I meant to do. Keep that alpha. Change the material. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. I messed that up. Get rid of that. Base color. That one. What have I done? It's supposed to be spray paint. Why is spray paint only changing height? Why am I back on that? What the heck? That? Oh, is it because I'm doing panel there? I do that and then change back to spray paint. Okay. There we go. Now we're getting the actual one that we should be. It's just not a good one for this. So hi Duster. My Urple channel? Oh, yes, the Twitch channel. Yes, yes. Oil leaks seem like they'd be cool, but I don't think that's gonna work well for this, because it's just gonna be mirrored. Yeah, that don't work.
Many types of monsters in this world. Monsters who will not show themselves.
Liquid streaks. Ooh, maybe. So if we do that as the correct color, that might work.
This is Blender. Go ahead and
Yes.
save before
Thank
I
you for a
crash
reminder
it.
to save.
Lying monsters are a real nuisance. They are much more cunning than other monsters.
Base color, replace with color that we want. And then get rid of the shine and stuff on this, because we only want this to affect color. So no roughness, no metallic. This is hair texturing rather than modeling. Would I rather fight a group of bee-sized cats or one cat-sized bee? A group of bee-sized cats, I think. Depends on the size of the group, though. Because I think the bee's stinger at a cat size might actually be enough to kill me. You want Yeet? Well, Yeet has not come out yet. Yeah, I don't want to make a cat-sized bee. I just like Yeet. We don't need other things that are big like that. And yeah, that's fair. It takes quite a bit to learn these kinds of things. I feel like that needs lower flow. Hi, Rena. How are you? A big mouth. what, like on a bee? I don't remember what bee mouths look like. They have the little thingy, right? Moth type thing? Big old silk moth? Yeah, those don't sound scary at all. There we go, hydrate. Oh, and there's Yeet. We have the adorable Yeet here. And 10 bees is probably fine amount. Oh, and now we have a friend too. Am I a new VTuber? Scritches. I have been doing this for nearly 5 years, so I don't think I'd count myself as new. I don't know how you autopiloted a hydrate either. 10 is 11 too many bees. So you want -1 bees? How do you have -1 bees? Oh, you're trying to eat mashed potato. You're not trying to give me mashed potato. I can't even say mashed potato. Slightly? And then we want to reduce the particle life, I think. So if we do that, it's still too long. I am confused by that, Rena. A little bit longer than that. I'm trying to get this to have like a good shine to it, but it's fighting me. Yeah, that -1 bees is probably good if you're scared of bees, but I still don't know how you do -1 bees. And no, I have been VTubing for 4 years, which is probably very old by VTuber standards. I have had 6 different versions of my model as well. This is V6. I think V4 is generally regarded as the most uncanny, which is kind of funny. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Possibly silver. I would not entirely be surprised given our track record here. What's the most uncatty, though? Good question. I can uncat any of them. It's pretty easy to uncat. Yes, I have very round head without the cat ears. It was very much designed with cat ears in mind. Yeah, I don't think that's actually working. Why are there so many hydrates? Too many. I just said too many! Is your favorite video game Satisfactory Eternal? One, 2, 3, 4, 5 hydrates. Maybe particle life is still too long. It's either that or I need to try reducing particle size again. No, because it spreads out too much. I just want it to go down. I don't want it to go up. Do we have velocity factor down? There we go. Now we get more of that kind of thing we're going for. Maybe to have a little bit of velocity factor to it, just to get some more randomness in it. That kind of more matches the style of shine in it. Yeah, I am not gonna measure the volume of my gulps. Rena, do try and keep the chat to Haywen, English, or emojis. We do not have support for other languages. And you're tempted to shapeshift to uncat silver? That's fair. And what is your favorite game if not Satisfactory Eternal?
Silver Blaze Original wants cat to shapeshift. Roomhead 3.
Alright, uncat it is. One of the funny things with the uncat is my tail goes away too. I normally have a tail. No tail now. So I'll add that there. Oop, come on. No, not gonna work on that side. I don't know on this one. It both works and doesn't. I guess I leave it. Maybe I blur the top a little bit. Oh, what if I try and do eraser with the same liquid streak? Oh, eraser apparently has rain. Is that gonna work? What if we up the size of this? It does in fact erase. I'm not quite happy with that though. Rolling to get a Keidakat stream pet? What do you mean a Kid? I am the stream pet already. Anything else in chat that I missed? Yeet is good at balance. Yeet can stay on just fine. Look at this. But Yeet is less cozy without the ears. Up the size of that. There we go. That kind of helps. Made it much more subtle. I think too much, actually. Because I want it to do the thing. You want art of Yeet using one of my ears as a blanket? Eh. And I'm not putting anything that sits on Yeet. The bottom left corner is the one we're making the hair for. That's mac and cheesy. I'm surprised that Yeet worked with the thingy. The Yeet command. Does Yeet command always roll for Yeet? Do I need to change that? I can't tell which question the turtle was answering. That one didn't. I don't know why that one didn't. Wait, have I got him on cooldown? Did I add cooldown? Ah, that one does. What am I doing with this hair, though? Maybe we reduce the life of it. Particle life. Reduce to like there. And then if we do... There we go. Now it adds that kind of taper to the top that we're looking for. There we go. I think that looks way better. So we've now got the shine across the front. We've got the basic one. Do we need to add that shine to like the rest of this upper part of the hair? Can we? Yeah, we kind of can. If we're smart about it. Basically, yeah. I don't know if we actually want to, though. 'Cause I don't think it's lacking much without it. Maybe we just do, like, a little bit. Have it, like, to there. And then on this side... Go to there. And we just bring in the eraser. Too much on that side there. Like that. So it just has like a touch of it. There we go. We've got like a little bit much there, I feel like. He doesn't wear Crocs, he wears Yeetsies. That is very silly. And I feel like I've worn fuzzy Crocs before, but I'm not super into them. And yeah, they do have a lot of, Mac and Cheesy does have a lot of hair. That's one of the reasons why it was a fun challenge to do. I'm glad you like a round head cat. I think we need to add a little bit of hair shine back there. There we go. That brings it back. There's like this random little bit there that I don't like though. There we go. I think that works. Now do we need to add hair shine like down here too? Oh, head pat. And then also head hydrate. Wait. Second hydrate. Did what shoot a mod? Yeah, I'm very confused what Duster is saying. And it has now been 10 minutes, so I can re-cat again. There we go, cat. Tail check? Okay. We can do tail check so can see tail.
Save.
See, I have tail. Big floofy tails. And then the save. Saving now. A joke purge? Petting cat too hard? I am confused. I mean, I do get pet roughly sometimes. Yeah, I don't think liquid's gonna help here. I was hoping to see if it would, like, follow, but it follows gravity more than it follows the hair. What else can do? There's also leaks, apparently, which have same thing. What is laser impact? Ah, it is how you do damage from, like, ray thingy, I guess. What else can we mess with? That's not useful. Yes, you should not touch the tails without permission. I know my tails look super fluffy and stuff, but get permission first. Otherwise, no. And I yell at you sometimes for it. You've done it without permission before too, and yelled. Nah, it's not useful. There is multiple tails. Still need permission. What else am I missing with this? I mean, I can't argue with that, but my tails aren't Cheeto Puffs. Head pat is appreciated. I like head pats. Okay, maybe my orange tail looks like Cheeto a little bit, but it's not. Especially do not try and bite the tails. No, not right now. No, don't. What did I just say, Lemonade? What else can do? Thank you, gold. What if we slap that on? So that's apparently what ground dirt looks like. I don't think that's quite going to the right place. Let's see what else there is, if there's anything that might be helpful to us. Fair enough, Lemonade, just be careful. Level. So that's what lowering level does. Nah, that one's not gonna be helpful either. Hi, Konna. If you pull a pull at the pulls, how many pulls have occurred? Just the pull you're at. They're currently apparently driven by Ace Attorney. What is this one? It's also dust. Dust surface might be useful. Maybe? Maybe not. Let's try and see if we could get anything that was more interesting. It has curvature and stuff. We'll get rid of that one. What else we got? Edge damage isn't going to be too useful here. You want bananas? Get a banana then. Oh, you have bananas. They're not ripe yet. We'll wait for banana. They will be ripe soon. What does edges blur? What does that all do? That's weird. So not that one, to say the least. The fact that I didn't read before I responded to Eternal. Stone cracks isn't useful here. Edge dusty isn't good either. Saving. What is fibers? Not useful either. This would be for like fabric. Fabric edge damage. We don't need edge damage here. Moisture. What does that do? It just kind of gets in the cracks and stuff. Same with moss. What about moss from top? Is that usable in anything? I think it's missing the from top bit. That is a silly face, Eternal. Use triplanar. Top down gradient more. Oh, that's weird. It's apparently putting it at the bottom somehow? That feels reversed. Why bunk me? Silver. Don't do 2K. And that is not to egg you on for the clip. That just don't. And hair only looks like it's in... No, not 3 either. Hair only looks like it's in a freezer because have texture thingy on it. Because I'm trying to play with other ways that we could add more variation to make it feel more like hair. And is struggle a little bit.
Silver Blaze Original sent 1000 to say, but 1K is fine?
No. 1K was not encouraged either. Thank you for the bits. Let's get rid of this layer for now. Let's see what else we can fiddle with. What is sand? Sand seems like it just fills cracks. Yeah, possibly. Mask editor. Am I a specific breed of Cato? I am Calico. That's what I normally go with. But I am shapeshifter, so specific breed doesn't really mean as much to me because I could just be whatever I want. But I resonate with Calico Catos a lot. Why is this not working at all? I am not a mimic. I mean, I have a calico cat in my apartment. They're also named Cat, but it's spelled with a C, not a K. Oh, hang on. Finally got something. But it only does all or nothing? Confused. Why this one does not work? I'm Calico Cat. I'm part orange cat, part blue cat. What about soft damage, whatever the heck this one is? Nope, it's also messed up. These are not cooperative. Use tricliner? Off. Maybe adjust the level on this one? No? What if we hide the warp? What the heck is up with these? Let's change music too. That one works. Okay, so I just don't think any of these are going to work right now. So that then begs the question of what else we need to do for this to feel like hair. Maybe what we do is rebring in this one, and then if we change this so that it adds back in the color. Does it not? Oh, I was clicked on mask. Maybe not that one. So we'll leave. Hang on, is that better with or without that? Is now the question. I think without. I think stylized wood plain without. And then above the blur, let's add back the stylized wood rough, I think. If we duplicate this, we can move this above the blur. And then change this to incorporate color. Go less on those. Maybe not. We do need that below the blur. And then change the wood color to the base hair color. That is a weird time to get the notification. Oh, you think it needs more shiny across the whole thing? And I did not design the character that we're working on today. This is Mac and Cheesy's own character that she brought to me and asked me if I could make the 3D model for it. So this is just one part of the 3D model. We've been working on the other parts through several other streams and stuff. He had pets. And do not eat Mac and Cheesy, Eternal. Not allowed. I was trying to see if I could add more variation to this. Let's try fixing the highlight color. That definitely brings in more of the highlight, but that's still not quite right. Increase highlight intensity. Increase shadow intensity. Add in the color from the shadows. Maybe that'll work better. Yeah, it takes a long time to make 3D models like this. These are specifically for VR chat. And Mac and Cheesy is, I believe, a fox? I'm not entirely sure either. But if I, hang on, where is, unlock that one. If I scoot her, you can see she has big old tail. So I think fox. Yeah, super fluffy. And she does have her tongue out. What am I doing with this? Let's try moving this back above blur. Let's see if that does anything for us. No, it has so much. Okay, I think that's just the wrong one to use for this. So We'll delete that one. We will duplicate this one. Was there not a duplicate button? Duplicate layers. Then drag this up. We can remove the mask on it. Turn that on. And then change it to only color. And then do maybe one day eternal. 13 for uppies. That can get you some minor uppies. We will say you get uppies onto their head. Eternal, thank you for the sub. Actually, no, that was a...
But Duster has gifted
Duster.
a sub to Eternal 2319.
Duster, thank you for gifting the sub. Mark off head pads as well. Let's try setting this instead of UV projection to one of the other ones. I don't think triplanar projection is the way to go on this. Maybe cylindrical projection? Oh, that's getting somewhere. That kind of feels like it follows more. And then the other thing I remember, there was a warp filter,
Hey,
wasn't
Cat,
there?
this is Blender. Go ahead and save before I crash again.
What if we add warp to this guy? Warp mode, warp, directional warp? Angle, what does this even do? I don't know. I don't know what that does. Multi-directional warp? Confused. Up the intensity. Nope. So normal warp just kind of makes it noisy, it looks like. And Silver, you don't normally hear your voice when we're in a call either. But hugs are nice. I like hugs. I don't think warp is the way to go on this. I was hoping I could get it to follow the mesh more with warp, but I guess that's not how warp works. Well, the save redeem that you heard there was silver, which I actually forgot to save. I commented on it and I forgot to save. There we go. Turn back on normal warp. Can I turn, like, scale different on this? No. Sunday is hightail this week. For now, we'll remove warp. Let's fix the colors on this first. Because the wood color should be just the base hair color. And then highlight color should be the actual color of the highlight. That one is a fun one. I have some silly ones. There's a lot of silly redeems. Ooh. There you go. Happy? Was that cute enough? Did I do it cute enough? With difficulty is, I guess, my best answer for how I manage to do technical work and pay attention to chat. Because I'm just flipping between what I'm working on. I'm glad it's cute enough. Yeah, you have spent a lot of channel points this stream. Why box? Well, now box is turned the wrong way. Oh, and rude. We'll swap that back to 1, and then see about doing fiber amount. That's kind of like a weird shake at some of the points because the UVs are weird. Well, it's not even the UVs are weird. It's just the frickin' thingy. Fiber deformation. That helps a little bit. Volume intensity. Smoothness is its own thing. Color highlight intensity, reduce that down. There we go, now we're getting somewhere. Bring out the shadows a bit more, I think. And yep, that was the Kona combo. I think about there. No, it's messed up on the front now. You must swap bits for points? I don't think you can.
Before I crash again.
That is, you can only get points in like first bit purchase of month, first gifted subscription of month, and watching stuff. And let me go ahead and save. And then I think changing this from cylinder to spherical might help us here. If I then do scale, shift, so it's tall, and then shrink down the whole thing. Shrink. Like that, maybe? No, it's still got weirdness going on there. Oh, is it because it's not forward enough? There we go. Now we're starting to get somewhere. Of course you can, Kona. Currently I'm actually using a laptop trackpad for this. It is not my recommended, but it's what I'm currently using on this one. I like the purr too. I like how I purr. But I have a touchscreen laptop as well, which is what I'm currently doing this on, so sometimes I'll be using my pen, but for moving things around like this, I'll just use a trackpad. This confuses me. I think we need to make that scale out a little bit more. I don't know, it's some random free mouse I got with my computer. I'm not specific on mice. We're getting closer. I have a reason I do not do a stretch redeem coda. I tend to make funny noises when I stretch, and Twitch is not appreciative of those kinds of noises. It would be redeemed far too often. Stretching is healthy, but it can sound sus. If you are confused, leave it at that. Alright, I need to get some of this faded out, I feel like. So we need a different brush. You say that. That's really hard to do when it's a good stretch. So that is applying. It doesn't seem to be doing it right though. Oh, because it's stuck on white. There we go, that seems to be working. I can do that to get rid of some of the weirder parts of it. Plus then it adds more of the hair texture back in. It is not popping sounds, I will say that much. I feel like I'm just burning away the tips of the hair here. Oop, uh-oh, it froze. We'll give it a second to think. Hopefully I didn't break it.
Save.
I would like to save, but it's not responding at moment. So... we'll see how that goes. Luckily, it shouldn't have been too long since I last saved, so it's probably fine. In fact, let's see if we change. Okay, so program itself is still responding. It's the particle calculations, I think, that are having trouble. Oh, no, it's fine. Okay. It scared me. And I did do the keybind just in case. Yeah, it really doesn't want to do color now. I don't know why. Okay, there we go. It's still doing it there. Can I have the burn back, please? Get burn. There we go. Do that across, so that kind of gets up out of the way. And that should help it a bit. Though it definitely doesn't like the curve as much. Why is it doing a partial sim? So this sim is just for doing a burn pattern across the bottom, which I've found helps greatly for doing the mask, for removing the parts of the hair that feel like it doesn't follow the geometry correctly. So that's why it's helpful. And yeah, 4 is not enough for uppies. Let's see, is there anything else that we need to tweak with this? Probably do some of the burn over here. Get that off. That helps. And then maybe just around here a little bit. And yeah, Duster, that is the instrumental for my rap song. And sure, Eternal, you can get the advantage. Yeah, 4 is not enough to help. 18 will work. There we go. Found the Eternal. There you go. I do have a link. Let me go grab that. I don't have it linked like that, but I do have a link for it. So let me go grab the link. It was the last video posted to my YouTube channel. So we'll do that one. If you want uppies again, then roll for uppies again. 6 is not enough. 2 is not enough for uppies, Silver. Don't pay for uppies. And Gold, why are you still getting 4s?
Be a bad boy and watch me find it out for myself.
Yeah. I mean, I do have hair that actually moves and stuff. You have been cursed. I'll go get some more of that up. Oh, right there needs it a bit. And maybe less. That's still following that. This one. I think that helps. And then over here. I think that works. Is there anywhere else that feels off on this? Or have we kind of gotten to a good point? I don't know if it feels too messy. Oh wait, was gold rolling for lemonade? Oh, you gave uppies to 8-bit? Okay. Where is 8-bit? Shoot, where is 8-bit? You 8-bit? No. There's 8-bit. There you go. 8-bit gets uppies. And then lemonade, pity uppies. If it's supposed to be messy, the shine is dope. That's good, I think. I think that spot still feels a little bit off to me. I just need that to be less. There we go. Maybe across here too. Because we want it to be still a little bit in the toon space, but more in my style. Oh, wait. Gold was aiming for shoulder. Yep, okay. Nat 20 for shoulder. Unfortunately, I wiggle, so good luck with that. And I caught you out of the air. There you go. You had 13. Nope, that's the Eternal. There you go. Apparently so. Bomb did work for me to find you. Don't mess with my sliders. So there's with and without. That is actually a good question. Do we like it better without or with? Because that does feel like it might be a bit much. What? Hydrate. So there's with. There's without. On the front is a bit too much, but on the top it isn't. And yes, Duster, you can influence the little gremlin you are on stream. If you look in my About section, there's a little controller you can use. So basically we like it up on the crown there, but not on the front of the head as much. So let's try adding paint layer to the mask. And then do soft. Pencil brush. This should let us kind of paint away from the front. And then we can change the stroke opacity as we get away from the front of the head. Hi duck, how you? I'm glad to hear you're good.
Something I'm scared of, I suppose. Monsters. There are many types of monsters in this world. Monsters who will not show themselves and who cause trouble.
Alright, saving. Nope, that was Control Z.
Monsters
Rude.
who devour dreams. Monsters who suck blood. And
Control save.
monsters who always tell lies. Lying monsters are a real nuisance. They are much more cunning than other monsters.
Alright, I think that's good blend then. That takes some of it away from the front of the head, but leaves it on all the other parts to add more noise and interesting texture. Rude! Why? Oh, Kona, pick a number 1 through 5. Let's see what snack you pull. Yes, and anyone who bonks me with yeet on my head gets timed out. Just a reminder. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh shoot. Okay, 4 is a weird number on this. Okay, we're gonna go with 4 on the top because we're starting to get into the differently placed ones. Have fun, Duster. We have biscuits with orange cream this time. We had lemon cream earlier. Now we have orange cream, and they're called Oops, You've Been Buddied. So let's see if they're the same kinds of biscuits that we got previously. And Club Meow will come up eventually. Orange is not a downgrade. Orange is yummy. Oh, it is different kind of biscuit. Like the previous ones were sandwich style biscuits. These are like shortbread type biscuit, it looks like. And they have some kind of sprinkle on top of the orange part. So I'm now curious. These ones good. These ones better. A biscuit like UK biscuit. That is red paste. It is like the buttery shortbread cookie with a layer of orange, and I think these are chocolate sprinkles on top. So you get a little bit of that chocolate orange vibe, and I absolutely love chocolate oranges. So this is a cookie right up my alley. Ooh. I'll give you another ooh after I finish eating. So there's one with food in mouth. Struggle. Box. I flipped it. Kind of. There we go. Ooh. There you go. Wow. Yeah, the orange chocolate thing you bang on the table. It's fun. It's part of the thingy. One of the nice things is that since I like these, I know boyfriend isn't going to, Because he doesn't like chocolate oranges. He always gives me his chocolate orange when my mom tries to give him one. So I've got cookies all for me. Very yummy. Yay, eat. Why don't you like orange? Orange is yummy. But then again, you like potato and I hate potato. So, people have different tastes. Oh, and now we have a Frank. I am hoarding all the cookies for good reason. They are my cookies. Because they were gifted to me by Tanny. In the box of all the snacks that were on my throne. And then, also he does not like chocolate orange. But chocolate orange is delicious. It is super yummy. Though that's probably also partial nostalgia talking. Because I've had them every Christmas for like as long as I can remember. Chocolate oranges and chocolate raspberry are both really good flavors in my opinion. I don't need your internet cookies. My website might, but not. But I don't. I have not tried to take a bite out of an unslapped chocolate orange. It would be funny, but I feel like it would just break. And hard caramel is pretty yummy too. I had some of those in one of like the earlier ones of this box of snacks. I've not tried chocolate orange raspberries. Might be a good combination though. But I feel like that might be too much tart at once. Have fun at game night 8-bit. Okay, we've got too much on this side. We need to fix it back the hair a little bit, and then we should be at a good point. I'm glad your secondary is doing good, Duck. Alright, is there anything else this hair feels like it's missing? Or are we basically done already? Yes, Terry's chocolate oranges. They're delicious. Don't try and eat me, nobody. You should not try and eat Tide Pods. Well, just stop, Kona. I feel like I have an orange stuck to my teeth now. It was really yummy, but I do have stuff stuck to my teeth now. Could try chewing gum. Get it out that way. Lemonade, don't eat metal rods. That is not how they work, nobody. Do not eat Tide Pods. And will people stop trying to eat things that aren't edible? We've had this discussion earlier today. Try getting this toned down a bit. How would gnawing on it help your tooth, Eternal? I thought you literally could not bite today because of it. There we go. That looks better on that one. Might need to go around this way too with that. Because that is a bit much of stuff going on there. There we go. That looks better. Friction hurts, pressure helps. Alright, I guess that makes sense. And wait, who's mad at food? I'm confused. And no, do not chew on the outer layer of a Tide Pod either. I think here too needs to tone that back a bit. Almost there. I think that helps with how the hair looks. Maybe around this section to tone it back. Just so that those sections don't feel too tight with noise. But all in all, I think that's coming out pretty good. No, do not use sandpaper on cardboard to make it more edible. It's not gonna be edible either way. And I was not shaking it at you, Silver. I was shaking my head at the rest of chat. I didn't even see what you said earlier. Do not pro tip like that in my chat. It's rude. Alright, are we happy with that? Is that where we're at? No, it's a little bit hard to tell with the front, with seeing into the head. I don't think that's helping. Don't eat Elmer's glue either. That's not food. Okay, maybe I actually want to tone this down a bit. Because too much feels like it desaturates. Maybe there? Get just enough noise in it. All the not crown hair looks samey same. So all of the hair down here looks samey. Is that what you're saying? It's not non-toxic. Non-toxic does not mean edible. Alright, can we get back? Okay, yes, Lemonade, I will give you uppies. And clarification on non-crown hair looks samey same. I'm assuming that you mean down here, is that correct? At the tips of the hair, at the bottom part? We need to get away from eating things in my chat, please. I'm trying to get feedback. Try putting that back up if that helps at all. Long hair areas. Okay, those are the tricky ones. I'm not actually entirely sure what to do about them looking samey. we're also looking at it when it's just still and not in motion. A lot of that will be blurred as the character moves around, because like with my hair, it's a lot of motion. Darken the bottom. We already did. I can try darkening it more. Because it's on... Which one? This one has the darken. So if we up this, that gets darker on the bottom. Alright, if we change this to multiply maybe? There we go. But I feel like that's too much of a difference now. What if we change this to overlay on the top? No, overlay is too dark. Difference? Not difference. Divide? Not divide. Definitely not divide. Screen? Screen kinda helps. But it feels wrong. I think normal on that. It just feels so desaturated. That's why I'm confused by it. Have I got the color wrong somewhere in here? Maybe if we up the saturation on the highlight color? That helps a little bit, but not much. Let's just try upping the saturation of the wood color too. There we go. I think that fixes it. So now we've got a lot brighter, a lot darker. Does that look better? And yes, I know, buddy. I do think that that did actually improve it a lot, so that is a lot of help. And also, let me refund the speak in restricted chat because it's no longer restricted. Why are you shouting bread, Eternal? Okay, I'm glad that it helped. So I think that's probably good. Let me do the export texture and we'll see if we can pull it up in the actual model itself. Well, if you want restricted chat, there should be an emote only thingy. Okay, well, the restricted chat isn't going right now. So you don't need to speak in restricted chat. I'm still gonna refund them. And someone can redeem the emote only one if they want to.
I sure do feel like crashing soon. Be a shame if you saved your progress or something.
Yes, I should save. Thank you for the reminder. I think I just started opening the wrong one. Guess I'll open both. Emote only 700? Yeah. It is a very weird accent if that's the case. And I don't eat either, peeps, so to each their own, I guess. Import resources to make sure that I've got the correct one. Where is it? Modeling, shaders, and then get the export for the Unity thingy, import that, and then export textures. make sure that it's set to transparent with 8 as the gap. Export on that. Save settings. Okay, those should be exported. Now we just need to wait for Unity to pop open, and then we can start messing with it. I don't even know what's going on with butter. Yeah, Unity is stuck loading, so we'll be chilling for a little bit. I was hoping that I could get it up and in Unity so that I could show it in motion on stream, but it might take a bit too long for that. I didn't have it up and ready. I have seen Cloud with a Chance of Meatballs, but it has been a bit. So I don't really know what references. Oh, we'll skip to the next one. Butter is in the frogs. I vaguely remember that. Oh, it looks like it might be pulling up now. Right, did I export that to the right place? Export textures. No, I did not. I did not export that to the right place. It would help to do so. That is generally recommended. Wrong one. Open projects. That one. Assets. That folder. Hair. That one. Materials. Textures. That folder. There we go. Export that. Save. And then we've got wrong one open. What are you doing, Silver? Should I be concerned? Probably not. That's a big probably. I can never be sure with you. I'm more concerned that you can vouch. Alright, let's expand hair here. That one. Okay, that has wrong hair thingy. Let's see. So now if I swap this to where it captures the other window, that one. Now you can see the model that we're actually working on, and now I just need to make the material for the hair. And I think the best way that we can do that is to go to our other hair ones. Common hair. We don't want Evelyn default. Wait, or maybe we do? Yes, we do, because we want to duplicate this one. And then we want to stick that in the materials folder over here. Whoops, that was not the materials folder. That's a materials folder. And then we rename this one to the mac and cheesy hair. And then unlock the shader so that we can go and change the textures in it. She might be a bit of a gremlin, might not be. Can't say for sure. But she is very cute. And the outfit she's currently in is my lobster love outfit. It's just a placeholder one. Give me a little bit, Lemonade, to finish what I'm doing, and then we'll go to bed. So if we plop in that hair, plop in that normal, fix the normal map. Though something feels off with that. Oh, I didn't. These are all wrong. All of these are the wrong type of materials, actually. So we're just going to delete those. And we're going to try and redo the export, because I did not export it as the right type of export, despite having imported the correct export format. Blah. I do silly things. There we go. Delete all those. How do you spell your name? Here, let me put in chat. Like that. Now select that again. Drag in texture. Drag in normal map. Fix. And then now we need to fix the shine. And then we can drag this on and see how this looks. That's the shine we're missing right there. Fix that one too. And then materials, drag that onto the hair. Why is that not wanting to go? Cheesy hair, that one. Go there. Alright, let that go a bit. Alright, and now we have more of the high quality hair that we're expecting. And then we'll lock in that shader. And we'll give it one test with the animation so you guys can see everything in motion as well. Let me make sure that we've got the correct emulators on. So that one, once the shader compiles, then we'll go ahead and look at it in motion. So now if we enter play mode and give it a second, it'll go. That does sound kind of gremlin. Just waiting for it to load.
Save.
I would save, but it's currently loading. So after we do test, I will save. Yes, I'm in fact not allowed to save until I get out of play mode. It will physically stop me. So I am allowed to not save because I'm not allowed to save currently. But I will save as soon as we get to a point where I can save. I just have to wait for VRC Fury to actually build the thing. Though I always get confused on whether it's VRC Fury or VRC Furry. We're about halfway on the load, it looks like. It's taking a little bit this time. I'm gonna be sad if it errors out. Beautiful. I mean, I am a furry, but less furry than some of the furries that you see on VRC. They're a lot more furry than me. But I have floofy ears and stuff. I have actual fuzz. So it's funny, there are some that are more furry than me, but then there are other actual furries that are less furry than me because they're less soft. And it's goofy. And again, Silver, it's not Botrix doing it. Botrix is not the one denying you. Are you more furry than me, Kona? I've seen you in more anime avatars than me. Well, I say that. This is my main avatar. But you get the point of I see you in a lot of anime avatars, not furry ones. I do have actual furry avatar, but I need to make a better one. Because I have like actual cat, and then I have one of the Kit Fox customized ones. You are soft, but not, like, the avatar you currently use is not super soft in my opinion. Mostly FNAF avatars. That makes sense. I don't know what the Spug alphabet is. I assume you just mean the alphabet, or are you talking about Spargle's alphabet? And man, this is taking its sweet time to load. It's at 75% right now. Oh, 96? We're getting somewhere? Maybe? The alphabet. I don't know what my favorite letter is. I've never really thought about it. I kind of like W. Don't know. What do you mean, when will the alphabet get finished? There's already a finished alphabet. We had two very different jokes there, Turtle. Favorite drink? I just like water most of the time. Though hot chocolate is pretty good too. Or Sunny D. Oh, actually, I'm very picky when it comes to hot chocolate. Because most American hot chocolate is just chocolate water to me, and no. I like taking ice cream, Nutella, a little bit of Sunny D, cocoa powder, and putting that with a bit of milk. And then you have like just chocolate orange foam, like thick goodness, and it's just great. Alright, and now we've finally got animated here. So now we can finally actually move things around. So if we move, this might be a little bit hard to show on laptop, but we'll see. This one. If we rotate to behind it, and go down a bit. Come on. There we go. So now I can drag this. No? And it's not letting me go side to side? Oh, do I have to do base to base? Okay, I do. Hide those. I keep trying to do Substance Painter moving around on this. That's not how that works. Alright, but yeah. So this is more what it looks like in motion. That looks pretty good to me. If we do, like, rotated. Oh, that looks nice with that shine. Oh, that's because I have a point light on. That's a point light that I accidentally left on when testing something else. But that tells you how it reacts to point lights in VRChat, which is fun. And then if I do rotate this around so that we're back at the front where the shine more is. There we go. Yeah, I think that looks pretty darn good. So I will snag some pictures of that after I end stream, send that to the person who commissioned me. Once I get out of save mode, or get out of play mode, I'll save. So that should be done there. There we go. Out of play mode, so we hit save. There we go, that's saved.
I sure do feel like crashing.
I just saved.
Saved your progress or something.
I just saved. I will hit it again just to be sure, but I have saved. So I think that's about where we're going to end it. I am quite happy that we managed to complete the benchmark in a single day, assuming that that Mac and Cheesy is as happy as it with. Assuming that Mac and Cheesy is as happy with it as we are, I'm happy that we finished the benchmark in one day. I am struggle talking. Let's see. We will be back on Thursday. Thursday we're going to be playing some Blueprints, and I'm excited to get back to that game. And then later this week we will have 7 days as well as Hightail, which will be all sorts of fun. And then let's see who we want to go raid. Do we want someone else doing art, or do we want someone we know? That is the question. We probably have both, actually. Hang on. Is there anyone that we know who is doing art? There are 2. A bit of highlights near the end of the hair to match the waves could go hard. I don't know on that one. Because that would be like around here. I might just play with the shine, see if I can't get a reactive shine on it or something. Because it does already kind of have one. As you notice, like as we look around, you can see it catching the light in different places. So I think keeping it to where the shine is more reactive to lighting is probably the better option here, as opposed to baking it in. And then let's see. How about... Nope, that doesn't look like art. Yeah, there's twist on the hair too. The hair is actually modeled to be curls and waves and stuff. Wow. We got hydrated once. Twice. Still trying to figure out who we're gonna go raid. How about... Yeah, we've done a lot this time. I think let's go raid someone called Carl. So we'll set up to raid them. They're also doing art. And it looks like they're currently doing a digital painting, which is super cool. So go check them out. They've got a very cool 3D kobold, I believe. So it is always cool to see another 3D VTuber. And I will see you guys next time. Do it,